which ones stayed the same? 12134, that's the process ID of excise itself. It's not the grep command, it's the process ID of excise. Okay, well let's look at how to kill processes. Certainly we know over here I can click on the X and that would kill it. But I think in 1100 you learned maybe the kill command.
Kill all, or just kill?
Yeah, kill, let's look at kill and kill all. So kill allows me to kill by process ID. And notice excise went away. So we'll launch it back up again. Will it have the same PID?
No.
No. But, well, not necessarily. It could, but not necessarily. Looks like it didn't. 12149. So kill followed by the process ID number allows me to kill by ID number. But kill all, what does that do? Yeah, it allows me to kill by name rather than by PID. So, yeah, well, yes, that's right. So sometimes if it's stubborn, say kill, right, kill all -9 excise, sometimes it won't, sometimes they don't die, so you gotta kill it harder, right?
With fire. You shoot it and you're like, that doesn't work, it's time for the explosive. Double tap. Yeah, the double tap.
That's right.
That's what -9.
Let's see here, okay. Kill, kill, kill all, awesome. This doesn't sound like a nice class, does it? Well, we could talk about niceness, but I'm going to skip that because we never use it. So we'll skip that. Okay, so other commands related to processes. Let's go back to the PS command for a second and just analyze that just a little bit. So PS by itself does what? Yeah, shows the processes that are attached to this terminal, or this session of this terminal. And so the only thing that are attached to this terminal is bash. Bash is running, and then my PS command just ran. If I run it again, looks like my PS command did get a different PID. So, okay, that shows just the processes attached to this terminal. And then if I do PSA, well, let's do PS. All right. So let's just look at the band page, that's easier. Okay. So AXU, to see every process on the system using BSD syntax, I usually, whatever. That's the normal BSD, who cares? But sometimes you can see like the difference here. I'm sorry, it's too large. You can see that if I just do the PSA, it does show me all processes, but it doesn't show usernames attached to them. So if I do AU, it shows me the usernames attached to them as well. And then let's see if X shows us anything else. In fact, maybe AU.
AU's just weird.
Did that show me a little different? I don't know. Not really. Maybe it sorts it a little differently or something. I always use PSAUX to show me all my processes on my system. And it does look like it's sorting it descending, or ascending, I'm sorry, by process ID. Okay, let's look at some of these other ones. So let's launch excise again. Excise. Do you guys remember this ampersand? Does that look familiar from IT-1100?
Yes, but I don't remember what that is.
Okay, so when I launch excise by itself, notice what happens to my terminal. I don't get it back. It's consuming my terminal right now. Like I can't, if I come back here, I can't type any commands that do anything.
So it splits it off into like a separate.
Control C, right? Yep. So if I do excise and, it runs it in the, what's called the background. It's the background process, or I guess another way of saying that, it's not consuming my terminal. Now, if I do a PS command, it still is attached to my terminal, at least a little bit, because I just closed that terminal and it didn't close. So it was kind of attached to my terminal.
Here's a question. If you want to get back to connect with excise after it's running,
Yeah,
what's the command for that?
and we're getting there. Excise. So I'm going to kill that again. So I'm gonna launch it, excise, and, so launch it in the background. Detach from my terminal. And notice, okay, it's still running, at least the googly eyes are still moving. So, if I do FG, brings it back to my foreground. It's running my terminal again. Yeah, Control C to kill that. Okay. Let's see, I wanted to show. What did I want to show? Oh, I know, yeah, this, okay. So, I run it again, there it is in the background. If you type the word jobs, it'll show you which commands are running and where they're running at for the background. So let me run xcalc in the background as well. That's just a little calculator. Here it is, rate. And it is running in the background. So I'm gonna do my jobs command so I can see 2 jobs that are currently running attached to this terminal. If I type, and this is kind of silly, I never do it like this, but just to give you an example, if I type FG, that will bring the last one on that stack back to the foreground. So xcalc is now, whatever, consuming my terminal. I'll kill that. If I type FG again, what will happen? Excise will come back to my foreground, Control C. Okay. This one, oh, I know. Before I show you that. No, not that one. Whatever. And kill it. Just run my excise again. Where's my excise? There we go. Let's say FG and then Control Z. What does Control Z do? Well, it already, well, FG brought it to the foreground. It pauses it. Googly eyes aren't moving right now. So Control Z pauses a process. And if I say FG, it starts running. So it brings back to the foreground and it starts back up. So FG and B, well, I didn't start with BG, but I can. So Control Z, pause it, and then I'll just background it again. So it's running now in the background. Okay, obviously I don't do this with excise. Here is how I use this FG and BG stuff. So let's say that I'm using VI to edit a file, some file.txt. And I'm in here and I'm editing a file, and I'm like, oh man, what's my IP address? Well, obviously you can save and quit and go back out. Sorry, let me shrink this a little bit. Wow, this is so huge. Or I can hit Control Z. I'm in command mode. I hit Control Z. What does Control Z do? Pauses it, and then I go, oh, there's my IP address. I jump back in FG. I'm going to see me type it real quick, but so I Control Z to pause VI for a second. I find whatever information I was looking for, and then I type FG again to bring that back to my foreground, and I'm back in VI. So to me, that saves a little bit of time rather than doing a write, quit, and then having to go find my stuff and then open up VI again. That's why I don't use BG ever, but I could. So here's my jobs again. So it says I stop. I could just FG, right, and back into that. What if I have two VI files open? So let's pause that one, jobs command, and then I'll other file, .txt, and then other file, something, and then I'll go back here, suspend it. So now I have 2 jobs in my queue right now. If I want to switch back to to some file, I guess it's really number 2 right now, I can say FG %2 to jump back into that one. Can stop it. I get an FG %3 to jump into number 3. So I can go back and forth into these processes by foregrounding them, backgrounding them. But Control Z I think is important. It pauses the process. And I use that quite a bit. Okay. The other thing, if I look at jobs, we can also kill, if I say %2, that'll kill that job. Maybe. Maybe not with VI, we'll see. I can do it with VI though. Okay. Oh, I did. Actually, look, as soon as I brought it back to the foreground, it knew it was automatically killed, so I did the other one. It caught the deadly signal term and it died. Okay, let's see, Control Z, we did jobs. Let's look at top. Do you guys remember top?
Yes.
So this one we can also